What is up, everyone? Welcome to another daily watch video. Let's quickly dive into the charts to see what we got. The euro dollar, and euro dollar is currently very bullish. However, we already took the liquidity from these highs. Currently we are stuck in the supply zone, and what I'm expecting for euro dollar for today is that we are going to see a little bit more of a downside. We're going to see a little bit more of a pullback to the downside. However, for now on the 15-minute we are just stuck in the range. So what I want to see is this low being taken out, and after probably price just going back to our support zones below and there, right? So if we go to the 1 hour real quick, we can see little support zones, but for now I'm expecting a little bit more of a downside. That is mainly because the DXY is coming out of a demand zone. So what we're seeing on the DXY is that we are seeing like this head and shoulders format. We're coming out of a demand zone, and for now I'm a little bit bullish on the DXY for today, especially because we already have this huge trend. We already took the liquidity from these lows, and it would make sense for price to go back up and at least make a pullback to this switch zone, at least in here. So that's what I'm watching for the US dollar and for euro dollar. Now going over to AUDUSD dollar, I'm expecting a little bit more of a downside. We already came out of our supply zone. We are on top of the trend line, and I'm just waiting for it to go down inside of this bigger demand zone in there. Going over to GBPUSD dollar, I took a little short yesterday from our zone. As I already said yesterday, we could see some downside, and a short would have made sense for me. Like, that's what I said yesterday. So yeah, I also did it. I took a short on gold, on GBPUSD dollar, and currently it is moving down. I'm expecting a little bit of a bigger pullback and breaking the trend line, which you guys just saw. So we are having this trend line. I'm expecting this one to be broken, especially if the DXY is turning bullish right now. Now moving over to NZDUSD dollar, I also took a short from the zone we marked yesterday. So yesterday we marked this zone, and I took a short on the 15-minute. I was a little bit late, actually, I'm just gonna be honest in that, but I still took it. I'm still in there, and currently price is moving down. I'm expecting at least this low in here to be taken out, and price falling below there in our demand zone, which we marked earlier. So that's gonna be this demand zone in here. That said, moving over to gold, and regarding gold, what we're seeing, of course, that all-time high was hit yesterday already, or before, or Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday. So for now, what we're seeing, we have a change of character, we have a little bit of a trend shift, we have a supply zone, but of course the market is still very bullish. We are at an all-time high in here, but if the DXY is turning bullish, then gold can make a pullback to the downside. I'm expecting a little bit of a pullback. I'm not gonna trade it probably. I'm mainly gonna wait for a price to go back into our demand zone, but if a nice setup shows up in the chart basically, then I might take it. But for now, on the 4 hour, it is still very bullish, and I don't like to trade shorts from here, but maybe for some people they like it. For now, I'm at least expecting a little bit of a pullback to the downside. So for Bitcoin, what we're seeing on Bitcoin is a similar scenario like gold. We have a very extensive overextended move. A pullback to the downside would make sense for me. Go back to the Fibonacci levels like the 618, the 786, whatever you would like to call it. At least for me, it's inside of my demand zone below in there. And on daily time frame, we have a supply zone in here, and it could push price further to the downside. We do have this 0.75 all the way up there, so it would make sense for me if price also pushes it up. For now, I'm not really doing a lot. I'm a little bit neutral since we are just playing ping pong, like back in the range. If this one gets taken out, we might see some more upside. But for now, what I'm expecting for today is a little bit of a push down, especially with my bias on the dollar being bullish. Then Bitcoin can also turn a little bit bearish, go back to the 0.5, hopefully back to the demand zone. But I'll be watching it closely to see what's going to do, especially now on the 50-minute, we can already see that we are seeing a little bit of an upside, right? So we are already seeing like change of character. We have a weak high in here. Of course, price is very bullish, so we can easily just shoot up. If you like to day trade this, then I would not look for shorts immediately, but it is something that could happen, especially if we break these lows. If we break this strong low, then we could fall down, but I want to see that being broken first. Otherwise, I'm just being bullish right now on the Bitcoin. So that's it. I'm going to close this video, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Ciao.